Hi everyone. This DIY, the first one, is going to start with these large wood craft cubes from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to peel the stickers off. They have 2 stickers each on them, and thankfully they peel off so easily. So I will be using painter's tape to tape off certain parts of the cubes, and I want to paint geometric shapes on both of these, but they both will be done very differently. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You could just paint each side a different color. For me, I will be using this trail tan and black acrylic paint. And for a little glimmer, a little glitz, I'll be using this 20K gold acrylic paint that I picked up from Target. To help prevent paint bleed, I used the dabber brushes so that there wouldn't be an excess of paint close to where it was taped off. I have this little hack for you guys. If you've ever poured more paint than you needed in one of these trays and it ended up drying out and just wasted, you couldn't use it anymore, what I do is I take a couple of pieces of painter's tape and I just seal it really well over that piece or that part of the paint tray. I will be using more of the black paint later, so I didn't want to waste it. Just a quick hack for you guys if you always have that problem of putting too much paint down and then you end up wasting it. And I will show you guys, I came back even the next day what the paint looked like underneath the tape. Drop a comment below if you like that hack. For the second cube, I'm going in a much more simple pattern, and I just taped off the middle. Now this is how the first one turned out after I took the tape off, and there was a little bit of skipping, a tiny bit of bleeding, but for the most part, I am really happy with the way it turned out. Now I'm going to tape it back over and paint some more. So now I'm back to use the black paint, and as you can see, it is still nice and usable. I don't know what other word to use. It hasn't dried out, and I'm super happy that I don't have to pour some more paint. I use a lot of black acrylic paint, so it's always helpful to save what I can where I can. Okay, so this is how the first DIY turned out. And of course, you can make these in so many different ways. For now, we are going to move on to our second DIY. This frame is the same one that I used to make my cake lantern. I'll drop a link to that video in the description box below. I pulled off the fondant sheets. I pulled off as much hot glue as I could, and now I'm sanding it down to make sure that there are no remaining little hot glue bits left on. Now I'm going to take 2 of the long dowels. These are the dowels that this lantern frame was made from, so they're the same dimensions. I'm going to measure it out, and I'm going to cut 2 of them down to the same size because I want to make a little crisscross at the top, And I'm going to use my little saw kit that I got from Amazon to make a clean cut. As you can see there. Now I'm just going to add them to the top using hot glue. Next, I'm going to take some of these small bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut them all down to size. I will have the dimensions listed in the description box below. And then I'm going to take a few more and cut them down to a shorter size. If you have ever used these bamboo skewers before for any reason, whether it was a DIY or just to cook with, you know that some of them are really weird. So examine them before you use them. So what I've done is I've made 6 of these V shapes with the smaller skewers that I've cut. Then I'm going to take 6 of the smaller cuts and make a hexagon. And I'll be hot gluing them right at the point where they meet. This part that is facing up that I'm hot gluing will be the bottom, so you won't see this side. And now I'm going to take more of the shorter sticks and I'm going to make this shape. It's still a hexagon, but I'm just going to hot glue them to the points, to the ends, and have them meet in the center. And then I'm going to hot glue them together in the center. Don't worry if it's a little messy. Again, this is the bottom. Now I'm going to take even shorter sticks. Once again, the dimensions for everything that I cut will be in the description box below. And I'm going to have them facing outward slightly. And then I'm going to take the little V shapes that I made and I'm going to hot glue them to the points. And I did have to take my little clamps to help me keep them in place until the hot glue dried. I would work from opposite sides so the weight distribution would be the same. This is what it's looking like so far. This is the bottom. Now I'm ready to take the longer skewers that I cut and hot glue them around just like that. And again, I will be using those helpful little clamps to keep them in place until the hot glue dries. I was worried that when I took the clamps off, the glue would kind of go with them, but they did not. Once they have dried, I took the clamps off. I cut off a piece of twine and I gathered all of the points together. I brought them to the center. The glue makes this flexible, so if you need to mess around with the shape, you have the ability to do that. I tied the twine at the top, and this is what our form looks like so far. I took these 2 hooks from the planter hooks that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use these Sophie wood beads as the feet for the lantern, And I took one of the empty tea light candle holders and I'm going to hot glue it to the center. I didn't say it before, but the planter hooks are how I'm going to hang the little pendant in the middle of the lantern. You can see it hooked there. And you can see where I hot glued the tea light candle holder. For the frame, I will be spray painting it in this Krylon metallic gold spray paint. It is not as yellow as it looks in the picture. And for the pendant, I will be spray painting it in this Rust-Oleum flat black spray paint. For our final DIY, I found in my stash these magnetic plant holders that I picked up from the Target dollar spot last spring, I believe. These are magnetic, so I don't need the magnets. I'm just going to go ahead and peel that magnet off. And as I do with a lot of things that I take off of items that I'm using, I'm going to set this aside and use it for another time. Then taking 3 of the tumbling wood blocks from Dollar Tree, I hot glued them into this form. I was going for something abstract and unusual. And guys, this is the next day. This is 24 hours after I put this paint in this tray. And now I'm using it to paint this wood block, and look at that. So save your money, girl. Put that tape over that paint. So this is how it turned out. I did make 2 of these, and now I'm going to hot glue the planter onto this little abstract form that I made. And of course, you use your imagination to be creative and just make something different. To accent it, I'm going to use more of this metallic 24K gold paint. Again, I did pick this up from the craft section of Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to add little accents wherever I feel I want them. And that also includes on the planter itself. So you see how this one turned out, and you'll see how the first one turned out right now. First, these are our blocks, and I know it's hard to see in the light, but that metallic gold paint is just the right amount of shimmeriness, if that's a word, to add some brightness and some glamour to these wood blocks. And just by turning it around, you can give it so many different looks. Here is the first planter that I showed you guys. Now you can have it leaned down like that, so it's kind of facing towards you, or you can stand it up like this. This is the first one that I made, and I only added gold accents to the planter itself. This is our framed hanging pendant lantern. I'm not sure what to call it. And I have a faux votive hanging inside. I hope you guys enjoyed today's projects. If you did, please let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to drop a comment below and let me know which one of these DIYs was your favorite. I have my own favorite, but I'm not going to say because I don't want it to influence your decision. If you have not already, I would love to have you guys subscribe to my growing channel. Don't forget to share and like the video. Guys, I hope you all are doing well and taking care of yourselves. I will see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.